everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to use a parameter to hide or show your visualization in a dashboard. So let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to connect to my data source and I'm going to use Microsoft Excel for this purpose, and I will scroll over to where it is located. I'm going to use the sample EU Superstore Excel sheet, which I've selected. So it opens this page for me, and I'm going to drag whatever table I want to be using. So let's just use the order table. Now I'm just going to create random visualizations with this for the purpose of illustration. So let's just use order ID and probably sales. We can actually put sales first. You can see it has automatic bar chart for me. I'm going to change it to text. Now it gives me this random selection, so let me just drag and drop in here, and I have my numbers in here. So my text table is ready, so I'll just say text table, and I'll plot another one. In this time around, let's just do bar charts. Let's do a perfect. You can actually drop it anywhere on the visualization, but I'm just used to dragging it into the bar. Let's just say by product name, yeah. Okay, so it's as this I don't want what's it called, negative values. So let's just edit the axis and see if it's gonna give us the result we want. I wanted to start from 0, and that's at 0, and it's collapsed this. So actually I'm supposed to, I want a bar chart, not a column chart. I'll just drag and drop again. So yeah, I think a column chart would be better, but let's just edit this axis to make it bigger. Let's stop at 2K. I'm gonna change it from 11 to 2K. Let's change it to 1000. Yeah, it's fair enough now. Although we have so many, let me limit it by the product name. Let's make it a bit tidy. I will choose 6. I'm actually excluding everything, but I'm removing the ones I want to show. Cool. I have a neater visualization. I will just need a bar chart. Cool. So let's move ahead to possibly, do you have any date? Yeah, we have date in here. Let's do a trend line, trend of maybe profits. Yeah, so yeah, we have a trend line over time. Let me see what will happen when I split this into, then I make this continuous. So this is a trend for the quarter. So now I want my dashboard. Okay, so and I want to utilize a particular space in here. So yeah, let's just do the bar chart here, and I want my text table, or possibly a text. I want it to utilize, I can actually do entire view. Not nice. Let's make this a different visualization. Let's see. Okay. Product name. Bubble chat. Bubble. Oh wow. Look at what the bubble chat looks like. let's use this. I kind of like the way it appeared. Now I want this bubble chart to, I want to utilize this section for my bubble chart. I could actually change this sheet name, but I don't want to go that route. Now I want to interchange it. So once I click the button, I wanted to use the trend line, but actually I wanted to show the trend line. But I can actually use the add and hide button for this visualization. Add show and hide button. So I don't want to go that route. I want to use a parameter for the purpose of this video. So what do? Let's go back to the bar chart or the text table. I have this visualization, and what I will do first of all is to create a parameter. We go to this section, create parameter. I just say click to hide or show. Cool. I'm going to add the values later because I need to make it very explicit. This is a bubble chart. I have this bubble chart and I have a parameter already created here. So I'm going to make this parameter a list, and I will add each of the table name or the sheet name into it as it appears, exactly as it appears. Alright, so I need to change the string. That's why it's rejecting it. Sorry about that, guys. Bubble charts, bar charts, and trend line. Those are my values. Remember, as it appears, exactly as it appears. So it's going to be fixed. And I'm going to click OK. So that's a parameter that contains list of value. So the next thing I will do is to create a calculated field. And I'm going to say, okay, add or show filter. But this add and show filter will have the value, will be referring to my parameter. I will just reference my parameter, which is called click, hide, and show. That's the value of the calculated field. And I'm going to use it as a filter. So the next thing we're going to do is to add values into this filter. So I'm going to click on edit filter, and I'm going to type in, we're on the bubble charts. So I'm going to type in bubble chart. Do not click enter. You click enter if you want to search, but you click this addition button if you want to add. So click OK, and we'll move to the next visualization. The same thing, I'm going to put the add and show filter into the filter canvas. It has bubble already, but I'm going to unselect it in case it's selected, and I'm going to do custom value. Okay, I'm going to type in bar chart as a custom value to this sheet, and I'm going to add the button. So that's added already. Bar chart. I will go to the trend line, do likewise. I'm going to type trend line as exactly as it appears in my parameter value. I'm always tempted to say set add enter. If you press enter, it's going to say no matches. But all you need to do is to click the addition button. So we've successfully added the custom value for this visualization. And let's quickly go back to our parameter to see you have it exactly as it appears. There's an all option, but I wouldn't be using it. So each time we change the values in the filter, it's going to change, it's going to select what we've selected in here, and it's going to affect that visualization. So in a nutshell, the parameter has 4 values, and we successfully put each of the values in each of the visualization. So when our filters based on that, the parameter selects that value and passes it to the filter, and the filter recognizes the bar chart. So parameter has 4 values. When it selects one of it, for example, if you select trend line as per the parameter, it passes trend line to the filter. The filter, which is linked to each of the visualization, recognizes the visualization and it selects it. So let's just practicalize that straightforward in our bar chart. You can see the bar chart is not showing in this. I actually made an error here. Bubble chart. It's not displayed except the bubble chart because our parameter as the bubble chart as a current value. Now we will see to it if this is the reason why we have the all button. So let's just go back to each of the values so that everything shows once and for all. Edit filter. Let's add all. Quickly do that. We are not supposed to apply that on the bar chart, but let's just practicalize as we go on. Oh. Just carried away. Let me edit and say current value. Let's say current value is all. Okay, let's see what comes out of that. So you can see everything except the bar chart changes. I guess we don't have it on the bar chart. I'm very sure of that. Edit. You see what I'm saying? I didn't click the filter button. So because we have all in everything, in all our bar charts, it recognizes each of the metrics, okay, each of the visualizations, I mean. So we have all in here. If the parameter opens by default, it passes all to the filter. All recognizes that, wow, it's part of the values for this visualization. It picks it. The same thing goes in here. All is the default value. So by default, I want my dashboard to load all the visualizations based on the parameter value. Now we move ahead to showing the parameter, which is here. I will click, let's see, show parameters, click to hide or show parameters. So I have it there, and I will definitely have all my values in here. All right, I can now decide to make this an option button. Consider different buttons we have in here, but this looks more appropriate to me. This is all the values. When I click this, I do not have the trend line inserted because you can see from my visualization. Let's just quickly add the trend line somewhere. Yeah. So the trend line is visible. Let me do that again. I want it. Now, another important thing is to make this floating. You have to make it floating because it's an important part of it. If you do not make it floating, there is no way you can hide other fields in there. So make the visualization where you want the spaces to keep changing on a floating visualization. So I drag it here, and I'll make sure they are of the same size. As you can see, but we talk about the title soon. So when I pick trend line shows. When I pick all, everything shows, even the bubble shows underneath. When I click the bar charts, only the bar charts shows. Although it's not useful for this purpose because we are trying to utilize the space, but just for you to understand the concept. Then bubble chart. There you go. Then how are we going to make sure that this does not display access? You're going to hide each of the titles of the bar chart. Else, you're going to have it so messy. Bubble chart. Let me do that again. I think I made an error somewhere. Not hide visualization. I mean to hide the title. It should be somewhere here. Right click on this and see hide title. Interesting. Anytime you're looking for an option, it just keeps going away. Let's just, okay, bar chart. Okay, this is the bar chart. I want the trend line. The trend line is already hidden. Okay. Now let's go back to the bubble charts. I want to please hide my title. Okay, I understand why it was not hidden because I selected another bar chart, another visualization. Now it's hidden, but how do we now make sure that for each of my visualization, I have the right title for it? So what I would do is to create different pages for different titles. That's the shortcut to it. I'm going to create a sheet and call it bubble chart title, and I'm going to make sure I add it to the parameter as well, bubble chart title. And I'm going to say, oh, I made an error again. This is my dashboard. Always be cognizant of I like my dashboard to be at the tail end or at the beginning. So this will be bubble chart title, just because of time. Bubble chart title. And this will be my trend line title. Trend line title. How do we want this particular visualization or this chart to work with each of the parameter? Now, what I left out in the last step was to make sure that there is no control over the title because it's inbuilt. So I need to create a calculated field and call it each, let's just say title 1. Okay, so I'm going to create, and that calculated field will be a string. Okay, so let's edit it. I'm just going to put bubble chart, the same as appears on the sheet. That is what we actually can really control by bar chart title. Cool. A string will always be quoted. Okay, and now we have it, so we have control over that. And let me just drag that into the rows. Rather, I'll put it in text because that's what's going to display for me. And I add the color to it. Again, title, let's edit that. Bubble chart title, that's a calculator field. Let's add it to the detail as well. Text. It should automatically show. Now let me remove it and put it back, because I know why it's not showing, because right now we have a different selection. Let me drag. We have a bar chart selected. So let me do my bubble chart selection. Bubble chart. It's so tiny, so I guess it's eating. Cool. So it's in the text because apparently that's what displays. You can do a lot of editing. Let's make it bigger to the highs, bar charts. You can fill it up. Remember, this is a sheet, okay? So we can just edit. Right click to edit. Click format. Then come here and add the color you want to the entire sheet. Let's just make it something lighter. Apparently we're just test running. The same thing goes for this one. We'll create another calculated field, call it height 2, and we say trend line title. Always quote it, else it's going to flag an error, or you could just make it, yeah. Okay, so trend line title, drag it to the text. If it's too tiny, make it big. I guess it's what's eating the other time. Let's go back. Let's select trend chart. And let's drag and drop in here. Make it bigger. I hope you can see it's quite messy. Trend line charts. So after expanding it, I was able to get what I wanted. So this is what I have. Just again, edit the size, edit the color. Because it's a sheet, let me make it black because it's going to blow out. Because it's a sheet, you could just, right click on format, come here to put the background for the entire sheet. Let's just choose a different color for the box. So creating each of the text for each of the title, okay, all right, which was a step we missed earlier. I've changed the background of this worksheet. So I'm going to make sure that I drag those into my visualization. And I'm going to hide the title for this sheet. And of course, let's select entire view. Okay, let's reverse it. It's not necessary. Okay, there's an option to just fill, yes, to fit entire height. Let's see, and fit entire width. Width is better. Now we have this here. I make sure the background is the same as the other one, just for hiding purposes. I'm going to do the same as well. I'm going to hide the title, and here you go. Do likewise fit height, or width rather. Now let's run it and see. And don't forget, we've been able to apply our filter as well, and I've added the same console value as for each of the visualization. Let's see, by editing the filter, and yes, you have for trend line, for the title as well. Cool, let's run it and see if we have what we need. Now trend line shows in here because the filter is the same with the visualization. Bar charts should show, bubble charts is also, all should bring everything, but the visualization is not rendering as it should. Let's go again. Bar chart, bubble. So there's something wrong with the bar chart, or the bubble chart rather. Okay, it disappeared. Let's do some formatting on that. C60. But for the purpose of time, that's how you implement this. So it goes off and on, all for everything. Bubble charts, the bar charts, the trend line comes to view, and all comes to view. Thanks for watching.